హ్యాపీ బర్త్డే. అది హ్యాపీ బర్త్డే రా.
So yesterday notes uploaded. Uploaded.
ఇప్పుడే కదరా బర్త్డే అంట, పార్టీకి పోయి. సరే ఒక 10 నిమిషాలు చేస్తా.
Okay, so now take the next one, functions. Okay, so now functions. I think you have functions in Java, .NET, C, C++, Python. Yes or no? Having or not? Functions are not there. There, na? So tell me, what is function? How can you define? As per your Java knowledge, tell me. How to say function? What is function here? Discussing too much, na? Discuss with me. What is function? Come on, guys, Java students. Function is nothing but to perform some operation, some task. Okay. So performing some operations, performing some task. Okay. And after your task is completed, that function must be returning a value at any cost. Function, once it was completed his task or it task, then it must be returning some values. Okay, no? That is the nature, that is the behavior of a function. Okay, so how in Java, .NET, C, C++ you people was interacting with some predefined functions, some user-defined functions. For example, in your Java, you are writing like static void main. What is the main? It's a default function. Yes. So this is called as your function name, main. So now when your function will be capital, it is not working. But when it was small case characters, then only your program execution will be started. So like this, you have some predefined functions are there. With the help of that function, we are performing some action, some operation we will be performed. Same as how we can say in your Java, .NET, C, C++, okay, now how you have functions, some predefined and some user defined. Same as in database backend also, we have our functions. Okay, na? And here also we are interacting with the two types of functions. Okay, so one is with the predefined functions we can interact in our database queries or PLSQL programs, even though we can go to creating our own functions also. That means our own function means as per our requirement basis, we need to create our own function and writing some logic in that function body. Understand? Na? So that is one case. So now in Oracle, which kind of functions are there, how those functions are working. Okay, and first we will see it, all the functions along with their working behaviors and natures, and later how these functions will be using in your advanced concepts like joins, subqueries, procedures, function, triggers, in those things. Okay, how these are helping us. okay, to fulfill of my requirements. Understand na? So now write down below functions, a value, a must return a value. Okay, so now we can see Oracle supports Oracle, okay, supporting the following two types of functions. The following two types of functions. Okay, so what are those? First one we called as here predefined functions. Predefined functions. Okay, and these predefined functions can be used, guys. We can use or used in SQL queries and also PLSQL language. In both languages, these functions can be used. And second category is called as what now? User defined. So user defined functions. In user defined functions, okay, these are can be used in PLSQL language only. So in SQL language, user defined functions cannot be created. If I want to create my user defined function, we must be required PLSQL knowledge. Without PLSQL knowledge, you cannot create your user defines. Okay, na? So that is mandatory here, and these are the two. But predefined functions can be using into both. You can use in your SQL queries as per your requirement, and even though I can use in my PLSQL programs. So both cases it will be supporting, but user defined only for PLSQL. So first in this SQL part, we will discuss about predefined functions, whatever it was. Single row functions. Okay, single row, even though we called as a scalar. Even though we called as what now? Scalar functions we called. And second one we called as here multiple row functions. Multiple row functions. These are, even though we called as here grouping functions, we called grouping functions. Okay, let us see. Single row or scalar or multiple row or grouping. Again, in single row, we have some separate functions, and why we called these are single row functions. Okay, na? Why we call these are single row functions. So single row functions, when we called as means, these functions are always written a single value. So when I'm using this function will not returns any more than one value, or multiple values will never returns. It always returns what now? One value only it was returns. You can send any number of arguments and you can perform any operation by using of this, but it always returns a one value only. So that is the reason it was called as what now? Single row. Okay, na? So these functions are returns a single value. These functions are returns a single value. And in this single row function, there are different types of functions we have here. The first one we called as here numeric functions. We called here numeric functions. Second one we called as here character or string functions. Character or string functions. Third one we called as here date functions. Okay, and fourth one we called as here conversion functions. And next, the fifth one we called as here analytical functions. Analytical functions. Okay, so these are again some types in your single row function, and these all functions are okay returns only one value. Okay, only one value will return. Complete. Hmm. Let me see one by one. What is numeric, character or string, date, conversion, analytical? Analytical functions, I will show you. We will be see in okay in subqueries, guys. Okay, now there I will explain to you. Along with subqueries, if I explain here, you will get some idea what is what. Okay. Uh, Now these are we will go to discuss here first of all. Okay, right. And take here first thing is a number function. But before that, you can see either single row function or multiple row function. In single row, whatever the types are there, every function, how it will be tested. Okay, how it will be called. For example, in your java.net, if I want to call a function, how to call? If you want to call a function or a method, how you can call it? By using object. So we are creating object to the class, and through that object we want to call object. Suppose object obj dot function name. Yes or no? Are you calling like that now? So how you are calling in your front end, but in the backend databases, if I need to call any function, either user defined or predefined any type, but you have some syntax here, the syntax write down first. How to call a function. Function in Oracle. Function in Oracle. So now you can see the syntax was, so the syntax is select command I'm using, and function name of sending value or values. Values, single value or multiple values, value or values from dual. Okay, na? So from dual. Can you remember in last yesterday when we were interacting with the NVL function? NVL, NVL2 functions, whenever you want to using, there I'm using dual, na? Yes or no? Yesterday we used a dual. So there I said what is dual. In coming classes we will discuss. Okay, and now we can see. Yeah, same thing. Select the which function, the function name, and passing as per your function, pass your number of arguments or values from dual. So yeah, the question is, what is dual, sir? And why I'm using duals when I'm calling my function, and what it will do? This dual means here observe. So take siding. What is dual? So dual is nothing but it's one of the predefined table, guys. Okay, na? Dual is nothing but one of the predefined table. So this table is having only one column and one row. This table is having only one column and one row. The column is X, the value is, for example, Y. Single column and single row only available. More than one, impossible. And this table, it is also table, but it is a predefined. Okay, so predefined tables, when it was come, means along with your software installation. So whenever you want to installing your Oracle software, along with installation process, some predefined tables also automatically created. Okay, na? Which was given by Oracle Corporation people along with your software. Some predefined tables also automatically created. So in those tables, one of the table is called as what now? Dual. So dual is not a user-defined table, it's a predefined. And this table in Oracle, the people was given one name is called as what now? Dummy table we called. So your dummy table means just supporting. That means it's not much useful, but somewhere it will be useful. Dummy. Dummy means what now? not important. Okay, like what we can say, waste material, like that. Okay, now so this dummy table, especially the people was using under functions. That means when function, whenever you want to call, how we can say in Java.NET, when you're calling a function, we need support of object. Yes or no? Without object, can you call a function? No. So I need some object reference or support. Then only functions can be called. In database also, in especially Oracle, not other databases. Okay, na? Especially in Oracle is also, whenever you need to call some function, how I can call means with the reference of a dual table. So dual table will acting as a one object with the function. Okay, na? So how we can say obj dot function in your what we can go in your class programs, how you are writing here. For example, your object obj dot function f1, calling a, are you calling in your class programs? Yes. So same as how the function or method, how it was taking object reference, how it was taking in your class program, same as in database also. When I want to call a function, the function should take some reference object. The reference object is nothing but what now? Dual. Because I already said to you, every table in our database is like a object. So dual is also one of the table. The table object reference will take to call your function. That's the reason we are going to be using dual. Okay, now, and this, when I'm using this table for calling of my function, then what it will do means this function functionalities are testing. Okay, so with the help of a dual object, with the help of a dual table, my function functionalities are checking. That means how this function will be work. What is the workflow of this function, how it was working. So that kind of informations I need to test. Okay, with the help of what now? Dual object. If this dual object is not there, you cannot call your function. Okay, na? So that is what it was. In that cases, this dual predefined table support and reference we need to take. Understand, na? And this table, other than functions, are using any other ways, sir? Means here mostly 90% is we are using under functions only. Okay, remaining 10% is we are using user defined data types, preparing levels. That means at the time using levels, this will be useful. Okay, user defined data types levels, we are using this. And remaining 99% is we are using under functions only, mostly. And user defined just 1 or 10 or 10% is we are using. Other than these two areas, dual function you cannot use in any other cases. Okay, na? One is functions levels we can use, one is user defined data types and levels we can use. Other than these two, this dual table, there is no importance and nothing important for any other concepts. Okay, na? Right. So now this is what syntax. Now let's write down dual. It is a predefined table. It is a predefined table in Oracle. Okay, in Oracle, having a single row and a single row and a single column. It is used to test functionalities. To test functionalities. Okay, your functionalities means it is a predefined functions. It is a predefined functions purpose also user, and also user defined. Okay, na? Predefined functions and user defined functions. Okay, to test a functionalities. What is the mean by functionalities? Hmm. Functionalities means what? For heart, functionality is what now? Human being heart. Huh? It was doing any functionalities in body? Yes. What? Your blood circulations, blood pumpings. Yes or no? So anything in the heart, the main component is what now? Heart in body. Yes or no? Everything will be function, especially blood circulations and pumpings. Okay, it was function. That means how it was working. Functionalities means what is this object responsibility, what it will do. Okay, na? That is same as a functionalities means what now? How this function is working. What is the working flow? How this function is working. So how it was working, that workflow I need to test. I want to check. How I can check with the help of dual. Understand? Na? So that is the point I'm saying, that it is used to test a function, functionalities, the characters, natures, how it was working, that I want to test now. It may be predefined or else user defined. Okay, na? Right. Now, next point. Dual table is also called as is also called as is also called as dummy table in Oracle database. Dummy table in Oracle database. Okay, now right. So let me come out to view. Okay, I will show you. First, I will show you to view the structure of a dual, the structure of a dual table. Can you tell me how I can see the structure of table in Oracle? Which command? Desk command we are using. Okay, na? Same here also. When you want to view your dual table, okay, na? So then you need to use a desk, and the table name is what? Dual. That's it. And let me come out to the practically. We can see how many rows and columns are there in this dual table. Okay. So what is your user account? MyDB 2PM. Okay, right. Let me come out and see. I'm using here desk keyword, and my table name is what now? Dual. Now you can see the dual table structure. This is completely structured. Okay. What is your column name? Dummy. That's why it is called a dummy table. So column name is dummy. How many columns? One column. This column by default accepting null. What is the data type? Varchar 2. Understand? Na? So this is how we can go to see your dual table structure. Below right. Okay, right. The next one. To view data of dual table. Tell me, if I want to see a table data, what is the syntax? Select a star from table name. Here also same as select a star from what is the table name? Dual. And now we can see whenever I want to see my table information about dual and come back now and execute it and see it was very clearly showing us. Now tell me guys, how many rows and how many columns? D is representing column, X is representing row. So how many rows? One row. How many columns? Single column. Okay, na? Single row, a single column. Right down below. Okay, right. So these are the information about dual. Now all of you understand now? If anybody asks you what is dual means, purpose of dual to testing function, functionalities. If anybody asks you how to view the structure, same command. How we can view the data, select a star. Clear na? And now we will go for one by one. First, we will discuss about the numeric functions. So my notes is very clear. Okay, na? Don't confuse. Step by step, I'm giving here. Numeric functions. In numeric function, first function is called as a ABS. It's called a absolute function. So ABS function, when we want to use means this function nature, the purpose of this function is what now? When we pass negative value, then this function will give it as a positive value. Understand na? We are sending negative, it was returning positive. So that is a behavior of your ABS function. Okay. Now, so what we say to convert negative sign values into positive sign values. Into what now? Positive sign values. Okay. So let me see some example, and before example, I will give syntaxes for each and every function. Carefully observe, because syntax, if you understand, example easy to understand. So ABS of n, it means that this function is having how many arguments? Only one argument. Okay, na? More than one argument I cannot pass here. Okay, right. Now let me come out and see. If general, okay, if you want to see, select ABS of -12, I'm passing now. So my function name value from dual. So here negative, but when it was returns, what now? Positive. But this function, if we want to come back and see when it will be useful here, this is our table, right? In table, okay, now one of my column, I can go to design here. Select EMP number, sal, comma, commission, and here I will take a commission minus a salary. Okay, that I'm showing as a For example, I'm showing us what now result. Okay, from EMP table. So when I'm sending here, carefully observe. So number, name, salary, commission, these are taking from table as usual. So according to your table. But can you come out result? Can out come to result? Yeah, see, what is my result here? Commission minus salary. Your first employee commission what now? Null. So null. Null minus how much here? 800. How much it will return? Null. Because I already said to you, if any arithmetic operator will performing some operation with a null, it again returns null only. It may be addition, subtraction, multiple, or division. That's common. That's all. So that's why, okay, null minus 800, null. Okay. 300 minus 1600. What is the value? Minus 1300. So that means here negative value na? Yes, sir. 500 minus 1250 minus 750. 1400 minus 1250 positive 150. Okay. Remaining all are nulls. 0 minus 1500 minus 50. So in your result, you can see some values are negative values are there. Yes or no? These are negative values I want to show in a positive manner. So whenever you want to show positive, then on this operation, you can apply ABS. So just apply now. So when I'm applying ABS function, what it will do, every negative value converting into positive. Let me go and check it out. Is it converted? Minus 1300. Now I'm showing plus 1300. Minus 750 plus 750. Minus 1500 plus 1500, and 150 as usual. So positives are positive, but only negatives are converting into positives. Understand now? Right down below. Okay, right. Seal function. Okay, how it was work here? Observe. It returns a value which is greater than or is equals to the given expression. So syntax of seal. Seal of n. So this function is also having only one value. So greater than or equals to. Okay, now we can see what it mean. For example, seal, I'm passing one expression is 9.0. So when I'm passing 9.0, it returns equal value 9. But in case if I was given 9.1, how much? 9? Now it will see 10. So when it was equal or greater than. So when it was equal, 9.0 equal, but 9.1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or up to 9.9. Up to there it was written only upper bound values, not a lower bound. It was written upper bound. Now even though if I want to see, if I'm using 9.8 also written 10 only. Okay, na? So it always returns upper bound values, right down below. Next, floor. Floor function will be returning, guys, here. It is always written lower bound value, which is less than or equals to the given expression. Now, on this, let me come the same as if I'm writing a select floor of 9.0 returns 9 only. Suppose if I was given here 9.8, then 9.8 less than value what? Smallest value 9, greatest value 10, but floor function returns only smallest values. Now we can see what is the smallest? 9 only. It returns smallest values. Seal function returns highest values.
Yeah. Everything fixed. Okay. What to do? Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Okay. Online. Yeah.
Next, power function. Power function. Okay, right. Power function. It returns the power of a given expression. So syntax is so power of m comma n. So this function is having two arguments, m comma n. Cooler on variant. Cooler on. Okay, now come out and see. So select power of suppose I'm giving here 2 comma 3. 2 comma 3. It means what now? 2 to the power of 3. So 2 to the power of 3, 2 into 2 into 2. Next, mode function. Mode function. It return the reminder value of given expression. It return the reminder value of given expression. The syntax of this mode. So mode, here I'm passing m comma n, two arguments. Now, suppose are you given like here, select mode of 10 comma 2 I'm giving now. Can you tell me what is your reminder? 0. Here mode is nothing but, some people have a question. Mode is nothing but your division operation. Okay, 2 5s are 10. And what is my reminder? 0 it is. Okay, na? But now you can see this mode function through. In your EMP table, employee numbers are there here. Yes or no? The 14 employees numbers are there. out of these 14 employees, which employee number is a even? Which employee ID number is even? Those even employee ID numbers are, or ID number details are, I want to fetch out. So out of 14 employees, which employee number is even number? So that I want to find out. So now I'm using what now? Where mode of, which column I'm taking? EMP number by what? 2. In your C program, Java program, even odd numbers. X module by 2. X mod by 2 is equals to 0. So now here also, EMP number comma 2 is equals to 0. Which employee number remainder is 0? Those are even numbers. If it is making 1, odd number. Now we can see. So out of 14 employees, how many employee numbers are even? 10. All are, you can see, 6, 4, 8, 2, 8, 4, 6, 0, 2, 4. All are evens, are? Yes. So like you can go to find out. Right down below. Okay, next, round function. It return the nearest value. The nearest value of a given expression. And the nearest value, how it will be round up. Okay, na? It's a depending on your 0.5 expression. The nearest value, how it will be round up, it depends on 0.5 value. Okay, suppose you can see, if your expression, in your expression, if it was there 0.5, okay, or else, or if it is there 0.5 is greater than or equals to 0.5 is there in your expression, okay, then it will add 1 to the expression. It will add 1 to the expression. When it was, if your expression is having more than or equals to 0.5, then it will add 1 to your expression. Suppose if your expression is having less than 0.5, okay, then it will add 0 to your expression, to the expression. Okay, now carefully observe this point. Now syntax is take it. So round off my expression, comma, decimal places. Decimal places. And decimal places is optional. So your one by one example carefully observed. Okay, let me come out. Without decimal places, just I'm passing my one expression here. 45.43 I'm passing now. So in the given expression, how it was consider your 0.5 means, here observe careful. 45.43. Yes or no? This is. After decimal point, whatever the number is there, this number will be checking whether it is a 0.5 equal or less than or greater than. It will be checking. Now tell me, what it was there? That means 0.4. 0.4 is greater than or equals to 0.5? No, it is a less than. Less than means how much you need to add? 0. 0 I want to add to what? My expression 45. So that means what it was happening here? 45.43. Now I'm adding what now? 0. I'm adding 0. Then total 45.43. Okay. So now I'm adding 0 now. So this is not considered. So output is what? 45. That means in place of this expression, it will be adding what now? 0. And what happened? Nearest value. Which value? Nearest value. So 45.04. Nearest value is what? 45 only. So that 45 will be returns. For example, if I'm giving now 5.0, then 5.0 means what now? 0.5. 0.5 is greater than or equals to 0.5. Condition satisfied? Then how much we need to add? 1. So 1 we need to add to whom? My expression 45. So 45 plus 1. Nearest value is what? 46. So the nearest value 46. Same as, suppose I was given now 46, because 0.7. 0.7 is there here. 0.7. 0.7 is greater than or equals to 0.5. Yes or no? Then one should add the 45 plus how much we need to add? 1. How much total? Again 46 is the nearest value of this expression. These are without decimal places. Now I'm giving decimal places. Careful observe. One. My decimal places, I'm taking how much? 1. That means after decimal point, I'm expecting how much? 1 digit I'm expecting. That means my expression how to come? 484.1. Some 1 it will come out. Either 9 or whatever it was. Okay. So after decimal point, how many digits I'm accepting? How many digits I'm accepting? 1 digit. The 1 digit is what? 9. 9 after is what? 3. Now 3 is a point. 3 is a less than 5, is greater than or equals to 5. Less than 5. Less than 5 means, do you want to add 0 na 1 na? 0. So here 0.9 after 3. This is there. I am expecting 1 value. So that means after decimal point, I want it what now? 1 digit I want it. But 1 digit is what now here? 9 is there. But 9 after 3 is there. Now 3 consider. 3 consider it is what now? 0.3. 0.3 is greater than or less than or equal? Less than. Less than means how much add? 1. 0. So 0 I want to add to previous number. So 9 plus 0. How much? 9. So that means answer is what now? 484.9. Okay, na? See the nearest value. Got it? Now, after decimal point, how many digits are you expected? One digit came. After decimal point, how many digits you wanted? I wanted how many digits? Only one digit. That's why I'm taking 9. But 9 after what it was there? 3. 3 is a less than of 0.5. That's why 0 is added, 9 will come. Okay, na? Now next one you can see. Now tell me your choice. I wanted after decimal point, I wanted how many digits? 2 digits I wanted. 2 digits means what it will come? 9, 3. So 9, 3 can take. 9, 3. 9, 3 after what it was there here? 4 is there. The 4 is considered now 9, 3 after 0.4. It is a less than or greater than or equals to less than. So how much add? 0 I want to add to 9, 3. So 9, 3, 0. So that means what it was come? 9, 3. So that means what answer? 484.93. Come out or not check? Got it? Suppose, sir, for example, sir, if I'm giving 5, I wanted 2 after decimal point after 2 digits I wanted. 2 digits means what now? 9, 3. 3 after what? 5. 5 consider 0.5. Is greater or less than or equal? What I want to add? 1 I want to add to previous. 93. 93 plus 1? 94. That means answer? 484.94 is the nearest value. And how many decimal places? 2 decimal places. Clear na? Now, later. Sir, suppose I wanted, sir, 3. Point decimal point after how many I'm expecting? After decimal point, I wanted 3 digits. Or 3 digits, what it was? 9, 3, 5. 5 after, do you have any digit? No. Then we can go. 5 after, is there any? No. So that is what it was come. 5 only come as usual. 9, 3, 5. Suppose. Then 9, 3, 1 na? Understanding na? Now. Then 9, 3, 2. Why, sir? Because after 3 decimal digits, what is next digit? 6. 6 like you can take 0.6. 0.6. 0.6 greater? 1 is added. So 9, 3, 2. Getting some idea? Right down below. So in running notes, I'm giving this all, but you just take 1 or 2 examples is enough. Okay, na? Just 1 example you can take. In running notes, I all given. Okay. Right now. Any 1, 2 example, take it. Enough. Okay, completed. 1 or 2 is enough because this running nodes you have it. Okay. And this is important to understand the point here. If you understand this expression, then easily you can understand that. And here syntax also, what is this? Decimal places. That means after decimal point, how many places you wanted? 1 place, 2 place, 3 place, like how many places are you given? That many digits are coming out. If 1 means after decimal, 1 digit come. If 2 means after decimal, 2 digits come. If 3 means after digit, after dot, 3 digits will come. Okay, now that is called a decimal places. How many you want it? Okay, right. Okay, now clear? Now come back to next one, trunk. Next function. Trunk is what it was happen, guys, here. It returns not nearest value, it returns an exact value as per given expression. And one more point, remember, this function will not consider which expression? 0.5 value. It is not considered. So your 0.5 value is not considered this. Okay, now exactly what it was, that was written. That's it. But it is not 5.5 less than, greater than, equal. That was not considered here. Let me come out and see. First, some examples. See, later you can write. So now I'm writing select trunk of 45.34. I'm giving for example 45.34. Decimal places I'm not given. Okay, na? Just an expression. What it will do? Exact 45. If even though if I'm using 5, if the same expression, if I use under round function, how much returns? 46 will be returned. Yes or no? Why is that? Because 0.5 is equals to 0.5. So 1 is added. That's why in round function, it returns 46. But trunk function will never returns 46. Exactly 45 only. Now, if I'm giving 8, same expression when I'm using under round function, what it was written? 46 only. But here it was written 45 only. Now tell me, 0.5, consider not consider? Not considers here. Okay, now? Now placements. Now we can see placements now. Okay. 457.814, comma 1 I was called. What is my answer? 457.8 or 9? 8? Okay. 8. Suppose if I consider here 7, then 8 or 9? 8. But same thing in round function? 9. But here it was show 8 only. Same as 2. Then 2 means what? 8, 7. Or any 7, 8, 8? No, 8, 7. Suppose if I was given here, then 8, 7 in no 8, 8. No. Understand now? Now if I am giving 3 digits, how much? As it is. So trunk function exact value. It not adding, not dropping. exactly taking as. But round function is not like that. Round function, it will be checking if it is 0.5 or greater than, then nearest value of upper bound. If 0.5 less than, the nearest value of lower bound will take. That is a round function. Nearest value, that is called the approximately value, will be taken. Okay. But trunk function will not be like that. Right down below. Here also any one or two you can take. Okay. One or two examples write down, and syntax write down first of all. Syntax is also same. Trunk, expression, and decimal places. How many decimal places you wanted, you can put this. Your batch, when it started? February 13, huh? In between, any holidays came? In this almost, well, 10, it means almost 1 month. Any holiday was, our class is any holiday? No, no. Monday. One Monday. When? Monday, when? February 27th, 27, 28. One was come. Yes, yes. Only one leave, na? Okay. Clear? So now these are numeric functions. Okay. How it will be work. So one or two enough, guys. This notes I'm sending to you. Okay. Right. And the next one, write on character. And these are numeric functions. And next one, write character or string functions. Character or string functions. So in this, one of the function is called as what now? Length. So length function, it returns, okay, the length of returns the length of the given string. So whatever the string expression, we will give it here. Okay, based on the string, in the string, how many number of characters are there? That length will be calculated here. Okay, na? So now take your syntax for this length function. Length here, I want to pass my string. Okay. Now come out and see first of all. Later you can take. First observe. Suppose I'm giving here length of my string was hello. How many characters in this hello? 5. So the length of string hello is 5. So each and every character counting. Same as suppose if I was given well space come 7 or 8. 8. How? Space is also countable. Yesterday I said to you, null is not equals to space because space is a counting. Null is nothing. Understand? Na? So now how much? 8. Same as come to my table, employee name, comma, I'm using here length of employee name from EMP table. Every employee name, how many number of characters are there? That all are be displayed. Smith, how many characters? Ward, Martin, King, Miller, 6. We can finding now. Based on employee length of the name wise, I can fetch my data. I can filter my data. What is my filtering here? I want to fetch my data whose employee length of a name is equals to 6. So which employee name is having 6 characters? Those employee data I want to retrieve. Who's that? One is Martin. One is Turner. One is Miller. How many people? Now, got it? Like if I want to say, whose employee length is less than 5? Okay, now? Let me see. Less than 5 came now? Yes. Whose employee character greater than 5? Got it? So, length function you can use in your queries like to finding of your names wise data retrieval. Okay, some lengthwise data retrieval right down below. Okay, so any one example you can take. Completed. So this is one function in your string category, and the remaining functions we will discuss tomorrow. Okay, I stop it here. So operators notes completely send it now.